Okay, so there's been some weird synchronicities lately. I mean, really weird synchronicities. So I felt called to I posted the video where I had like this really cute little day and I went to like my favorite apothecary, whatever. I went to a bookstore. This bookstore that I wanted to go to because I've been looking for a specific book, but the original copy version of it. And so I felt called to go to this one specific bookstore, and it was called like Angel Bookstore, and it had all these vinyls. And so I felt called to ask the guy. I was like, do you know like a good, vinyl, like a good kind of like a vinyl player, turntable, or something like that that I can play vinyls on, because I have all these vinyls that are like my mom's original vinyls from when she was a teenager, and I would really like to play them. And he said, well, I would suggest this. And he gave me the brand that he suggested, and he told me what to stay away from. No lie, you guys. That was, I think, Sunday. Today, at work, a woman comes in and she's like, oh, you guys have a lot of vinyls. Just like randomly says that to me. And I'm like, yeah, I said, we have a pretty decent amount of vinyls here for a retail store that's, focused on clothing. We have some pretty good ones. And she said, yeah. And I was like, it's crazy. I said, I've been looking into getting like a player so I can play vinyls on it. And she said, yeah, they don't make them like that. But anyways, this conversation went into us talking about music and how she's in music. She's a beautiful spirit. And I told her, I said, I have my mom's vinyls and I don't want them to get ruined because she's gone. It's like, something she had and she treasured. And she said, oh, I totally understand. So we went all the way down to talking about earphones, talk about, turntables, vinyl player. Players for the vinyl. Sorry, you guys. I just want to get to the point where I wanted what I want to talk about. And she was so sweet. And then as she was getting ready to leave, she said, your mom communicates to you via music. She can hear you, or something to that extent. And I was like, so I showed her the video I posted on here about spirit speaking to you through music. And it was just confirmation for her. She shared a personal story with me that was deep. And it was a synchronicity for me because she's a musician. And I've been wanting to get back into music and feeling that nudge. And I recently had communication from like an angel just telling me like, you need to jump back into your original love, which was music. And so I've been like focusing more on that. And no lie, you guys, I was like, I said to myself, I need to find those vinyls that my mom had got from her childhood home. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's in a closet, or maybe it's, tucked behind the piano. I need to go and see where they're at. You guys, lo and behold, the vinyls were tucked by the piano, which you guys saw another video where I felt called to go and mess with that piano. And I haven't messed with that piano in a while because it needs to be tuned. And so I'm like, okay, this is all kind of interestingly lining up. Now, what's deep is when I went to that bookstore, I was just going to find a book. I didn't know that guy had vinyls there, right? When I was looking for vinyls, I asked him if he had the Switch vinyl, because I've been just listening to Switch a lot more. And I have like vague memories of my mom listening to certain songs, but to actually tell you like the name or the different bands, I don't have like that type of clarity. But if the song comes on, I know it. So it tells you it's been played before in my house. And I remember my mom talking about different bands and yada, 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 right? And I just shrug it off because I'm young. I don't really care. I'm just like, my mom's talking about the old music she used to listen to, and I gotta hear this. Check this out. I get home. This just happened. I get home and I hear something say, find those vinyls. Lo and behold, they're by the piano. Okay, I thought they could have been in a closet, but they were by the piano in the same bag that my mom kept them in when she was a teenager for some reason. So I'm going to show you guys the vinyls, okay, because I have gone through them before, but I didn't remember which ones were in there. And when the last time I went through them were a couple years ago. So check this out. All right, so here we go. See the bag? This is probably the original bag it was in. The bag is tearing down. It's just, yeah. Anyways, it's disappearing. I need to get rid of it. This is one of the vinyls I remember seeing, because when I saw this character, it made me think of Michael Jackson's Spike character from Speed Demon, but Parliament, right? So I'm going through it, and then I see like Andy Gibb, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember my mom loved her some Andy Gibb. Okay. But what's crazy is some of these vinyls are still in their plastic. So I don't know if she ever, like, she just didn't get a chance to play them. We have Kool and the Gang, Rod Stewart, Flashdance soundtrack, Rick James. Michael Jackson, this one's been played, okay? And then we have the Gap Band, right? We have Queen. Because when I saw this one, I almost lost it. I was like, Queen! But check this out. The vinyl that I decided to look for when I was at that bookstore on Sunday, because I just so-called been listening to the music and been wanting to hear it. There it is. Y'all, I almost screamed. I almost screamed when I saw the Switch vinyl. This is an original Switch vinyl. All of these vinyls are original. To find it, and my mom listened to it. Look at it. It's not in its plastic, so she loved it. And I remember her talking about the DeBarges and how much she loved them and yada, 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 especially Bobby and Elle DeBarge. But anyways, so to find that we have it here, look, there's Bobby, there's Tommy. And I'm like, this is crazy. I was just talking about this. I've been on this whole Switch vibe. I've been like stuck listening to the music. I get like that. Sometimes I have to listen to certain music and then when it wears off, then I listen to another band or another artist. But y'all, to find it in these, it's not a lot of vinyls here in this one specific area. So just to find these like this, I was just shocked. It was almost like it was gifted to me, almost like my mom or some sort of angel was like, hey, here you go. What's crazy is I just posted a video of Bobby a picture and a video of Bobby on Instagram, and I was like, yo, this is my muse right now. I'm tapping into Switch, and this pops up. I can make this up. Silvers. We have The Whispers. Who else? LaToya Jackson. And I think it's still in its it's in its plastic. And then we have Christmas albums, like old Christmas albums. But I was just blown away, y'all. Blown away that this was here. And Isaac Douglas. We have Steve Martin. Yeah, man. Blown away. Blown away. So tell me, what do you guys think? Is that not a sign? Like, all the course of events? This is crazy. So anyways, I had to share that with you. This angels and spirits be talking, and it's all frequency, it's all energy, and they bring people together. Like, even the lady I met today, she's like, oh, we're on the same frequency. Like, we're speaking. She was so sweet, and I wish her the best because she was just, it was such a pleasure to speak with her. She's a violinist and a songwriter, and it's just like, whoa, that was my synchronicity too. And she told me, she said, it's rewarding. So that was my sign to definitely get back into writing and to get back into singing. And what she didn't know, because I didn't get a chance to tell her, is that I've been wanting to learn how to play the piano. And I was just like, this is so deep, but it's hard when you want to have a full-on conversation with someone, but you're at work and you don't want to get in trouble. So, oh man, like, it's so deep. And then I come home and I get this nudge to actually go through the vinyls again after years. And there's the album that I just asked for. And it's the original one. And my mom, it's important. It's significant because it was my mom's. And she, come on, like, this was during her time frame, and I'm sure she loved it. So this is deep. And now I need a vinyl player. I really need headphones first, but I need a vinyl player, a good one. And the same vinyl player that she suggested is the same one that the guy suggested at the bookstore. So I was like, ooh, synchronicity. So tell me what you guys think about that. Isn't that cute? Spirits really do speak to you via music.